And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work out?
That doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
Why the Supreme is, why the Supreme is, why the Supreme. Flex, flex, now I'm flex. Got time to open that corporate. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
I'm Ryan Reynolds, Lexus. I'm home phone, just sexting. My
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
Check, check, check. Mic check 1 2 1 2. We are live. Power to the people. We back to do maintenance. Yeah. We gonna rock like crack when it came in. It's like a famous battle rap verse line. I don't expect anybody to get it. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Gaming Daily Live. Happy Thursday, February 26, 2026. Man, what a month. What a month. Ice and Dark in the building. What is good? What is good? Sunshine in the building. What is different with is it just a shirt? I don't know. Something's different today. I like this. I like the shirt. Doji in the chat. Believe in something, ladies and gentlemen. Believe in something. My name is Icy Gaming. We are back reacting to the latest crypto AI gaming news, supporting crypto gaming, and also just reacting to the crime everywhere today. This was, I mean, what else is new in crypto Twitter, you know? We've got a dope interview coming on later. We've got Retrimentum from Upshot Cards, Upshot, telling us about what he's up to. Very excited. That should be fun and cool. Let's just get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. We got today's show being brought to you by YGG Play, the official publisher of Gaming Daily, the official guild of Gaming Daily. They were out at Consensus Hong Kong, and dude, they make the best videos. The editing on this video is insane. The event looked so fire. Made me wish that I was at Consensus. Made me wish I flew out to Hong Kong, because a lot of people were there. And I was like, oh man, like I feel like I should be there. But bro, that flight to Asia is rough. It's rough. It's you know, I love it. I do it, you know, once or twice a year, but it is a lot. Look at Gabby out there having a blast. Damn, GG's. Big shout out to Giga Chad Bat, Waifu Sweeper, Lowland, the games published by YGG Play. You saw Marielle there. You saw Inoki. Man, what a vibe. Let's just get into the show, guys. We got a lot to talk about. First, we got to talk about the Zach XBT crime, the expose, the long-awaited reveal. Zach obviously teased this earlier this week. I think it got like 20, 30, maybe even 50 million views or something. Let's see if we can go to his profile and see how much 12 million views. Oh, that's it. Only 12 million on his major investigation. Well, it was revealed today. What up, Llama? Good to see you, brother. Welcome back. Oh, do I have that turned off? Interesting. Okay. So we got to turn that on, but we actually might have to turn the sound off. Guys, will you let me know if when Retrimentum comes on the stream, if there's a little bit of an echo? We were able to catch it on the Justin Waldron interview. Crypto Grit in the building. What up, brother? But I didn't catch the echo until like halfway through the Hantao interview yesterday, and I feel really bad about that audio. I thought I had everything checked off, but I missed one setting, and it was causing the echo. Riddick in the building. Good to see you, brother. All right, guys, we got to talk about this Zach XBT Axiom scandal, the expose. Brooks Bauer, one of the Axiom employees, allegedly is abusing the lack of access controls for internal tools. He was insider trading on Axiom. Absolutely crazy, but apparently only like, you know, to the tune of like 200K or something like that. We got the TLDR from Bandit. You know, he was tracking wallets. He used this data to sneak into bundles of KOLs since early 2025. He even insider traded the prediction market of who will be exposed and apparently profited like 500K. Absolutely insane, disgusting. We are not serious people. The timeline has been reacting to this all day. I mean, it's just been, you know, as far as scandals go, it actually seems to be on the lower end of things. But you've got takes all over the spectrum, from people saying, you know, this is absolutely horrible, to other people being like, who cares? To other people being like, how could you say who cares? I mean, it's just a mess, man. It's an absolute mess. Axiom commented saying they are shocked and disappointed to hear that someone on their team abused internal customer support tools to look up user wallets. They've removed these tools and will continue to investigate and hold the offending parties responsible. I believe he has been fired, and hopefully some legal action is taken. People were posting his photo. He looked to be a young kid. It's actually kind of funny because they were showing the evolution of like the 20 Bandos kid to this guy, because he's kind of got like similar style hair, and then they showed Hayden Davies as like the final evolution because they all kind of look similar, which is pretty funny. People were even throwing Orangey in there, which I don't think Orangey deserves to be in there, but you know, we did see that. We even had the CEO of Axiom addressing this. Sorry for the concern and uncertainty. Conducting a full internal review. Oh, man. Apparently, yeah, once again, he even traded on the inside information and made, $500K. Wildly enough, the guy went on Twitter Spaces today and, he was very sorry for the commotion. Guys, he is adamant that he is very sorry for the commotion. Let's just listen to this.
That is a safe platform to trade on. They have
Please continue, Brooks. Apologies. Starboy.
I want to be very open and honest with you guys. Obviously, what I did was an ill intent on my own accord. Axiom has no direct involvement with what I've done on my own time. Obviously, that is a safe platform to trade on. They have turnkey, stuff like that. So the actual, issue instances of, anything in regards of that is obviously, out of their control. It's not something you guys have to worry about. Once again, I just want to issue another apology. I do genuinely apologize for this commotion.
The commotion.
No, it's been really entertaining for us. Don't apologize.
You gotta get a lawyer before talking on these spaces, though, bro. What you're saying right now will be used against you.
Yo, Anthony, mate, you.
Crazy. Guys, don't worry. He's sorry for the commotion. Just a little oopsie doopsie, apologize, don't worry. Axiom's good. Keep trading on Axiom. My bad. We even had this guy, Devin, whose name is funnily enough, Devin Insider, who works at Axiom, saying, don't worry, free inside info for the timeline. Axiom is not the company being referenced in Zach XBT's investigation. Axiom no shares on Polymarket are free money. We are not a serious industry. We are not serious people. Crime everywhere.
David, it was definitely Polymarket or Binance. Definitely Polymarket. Those guys are scum.
Gabriel's
It's definitely not Axiom because the CEO said that it's not Axiom, so I'm definitely gonna make sure. What? No way. Fuck! It was Axiom. God damn it! What? God. I'm trading the.
Oh, so funny. Apparently, he purchased $20,000. So definitely it's gonna lose money on that. Gabriel is one of the best, dude. I don't think he follows him back. I've been trying to I keep commenting on his stuff. He still hasn't followed me back yet. I'm like, bro, come on, man. I'm trying to collect the crypto Twitter old guard, Pokemon set of follow backs. I got nothing on this, man. I got nothing on this. We're going to keep moving because there was more drama. There was a huge back and forth between Hasib Qureshi, who we have talked about on this show, managing partner at Dragonfly. They just raised $650 million. He is one of the co-hosts on The Chopping Block. I actually like Hasib. I've talked about following him from his poker career. So many crypto guys used to be poker players. Yeah, no, 100%. There's a reason why, and part of the reason is because online poker, it was hard to transfer money around, and so they used a lot of crypto for that. Poker players were early adopters to Bitcoin and stable coins and Ethereum and everything, and with emerging tech, there's a lot of overlap there. Anyways, I've known about this scandal. I think I even talked about it before. I'm surprised it never got leaked or, was a bigger deal. But today, it finally hit the timeline. And so the reason why is because Hasib wrote an article titled how to become a VC or how to launch a VC firm. And then apparently the original founder of Dragonfly was like, yo, bro, you didn't originally launch this. They just got muddy, this whole back and forth. Inverse Bra actually has a pretty good tweet about it. Let me actually pull that up, or not tweet, but screenshot of it. There's a lot of back and forth between, I think the guy's name was, I actually don't know his name. Hasib and what are all these tweets, man? Gosh damn. We're almost there. We're almost there. I hate pulling things up on stream when I don't already have them. Inverse, brah. Dude, why is this so crazy? I feel like I've already passed it, but like how? He had like a follow-up to it. I should have had this pulled up already. This is annoying. Now he's going to like move on to that other one. Was it the replies? Because he like maybe replied to one of the ones that he had already had. His reply is not going to pull up. All right. You know what? I'll just go to Hasib. Okay. So Hasib had posted. Okay. Alex and I thought it was Alex. Hasib and Alex were just going back and forth on this article, How to Build a VC Firm. Alex Pack, the original founder of Dragonfly, commented, and then Hasib set the story straight. And then, then he was like, all right, reflecting on the article, should have, worded it better, all this stuff, all that stuff. From that whole back and forth, VC drama, who really cares? From that drama, this came out that Hasib was a part of this major poker scandal back in like 2011 with Gara, this poker player that went by the name Gara, who turned out to be Jose Macedo, who is the co-founder of Delphi Labs. So Hasib from Dragonfly and Jose from Delphi Labs both were a part of this, were in on this poker scandal together, where it really shook the poker world. I remember this. I actually like witnessed this in real time because I was a big poker player back in the day. I wasn't very good, but I was just a fan, and I used to watch this stuff. And, it was this crazy scandal where like Hasib was lying through his teeth over and over and over and over again until it finally like all came out, and then he had to like own up to everything, and he actually left the poker world because of this. And it all kind of died down, but then it was wild 10 years later to see them in crypto at the level that they're at now. With that said, they're very smart people. They're very hardworking people. I think that they made a massive mistake, and I think that they have now, are doing things good and right in the poker world. I assume. I have no other idea. But they do have this checkered past. But I don't think that needs to define them. But yeah, a lot of this was revealed today, which was very interesting. It was all documented online. Both of them admitted it themselves, to the extent that they were a part of it. No legal consequences. So like nothing like, bad like that happened. Both pivoted to crypto through different paths, ended up running two of the most influential firms. Crazy lore. Thomas Keeling from the creative director of Club WPT Gold, which is like a poker thing. If you dig into the 2+2 threads, the funniest part was the lying and the walk-back cycles. Hasib would write 6 paragraphs at a time, denying everything, then get caught in a lie, and then he'd write 6 more paragraphs like, okay, I lied about that one thing, but I swear this time everything else I said was true. And then he'd get caught lying about something else, and it was just crazy. It was absolutely crazy. I think we're dwelling too long on this Hasib dude. Yeah, apparently we are. It's just a crazy story. It's a crazy story. Fuck that guy. Okay, moving on. We'll move on. Marathon is out today with the server slam. We're seeing a ton of content around it. Immediately, they crossed 100,000 concurrent players on Steam just 30 minutes after the launch, surpassing Arc Raiders as, number 4 top sellers on Steam and US. They even had like way more viewers on Twitch. We're getting a bunch of clips and content. We got Ninja playing. We got Shroud playing. A lot of the Arc Raider guys playing. Gameplay looks good. I mean, mixed reviews. A lot of people saying, it's unwatchable. They hate the UI. It's too noisy. The display is like a lot's kind of going on. The TTK is too quick. But then a lot of other people are saying the game's great. It's unique. It's new. There's really exciting features. We're gonna have to see how the game continues to develop. I haven't jumped in yet, but who knows? Maybe I'll jump in. I jumped in for the Arc Raiders server slam over the summer and fell in love with the game, and then it became my main game. I have over 270 hours in the game right now. So sick way to jump into the server slam, try the game, and yeah, that is Marathon. Marathon is out. We got a few more gaming story news. Saw this one going around. This new AI just turned text prompt into a fully playable 3D game with NPCs, physics, multiplayer, and persistent state. This is apparently, what is it? Moonvale? Moonwalk? Moon Lake.
World has physics applied to it.
Very cool.
Which means that they can participate in causal chains.
Looks sick.
Let's take a look into the arcade.
Saying everything's AI generated with real physics. Just fire. I mean, the world of 3D AI games is gonna get crazy. However, we might not be there just yet. Jonah commented saying every time he sees demos like this, he just wants to buy more Roblox stock because you are not Roblox. You need significant game design and gaming data. You need a lot of distribution. You need a lot of compute. And every time I see demos like this, it just looks like Roblox. So, you know, it's probably Roblox data too, which is, you know, interesting. Not one to just talk the talk. Jonah walks the walk. He says he tried it out on Steam. He said it used more VRAM, or on stream, sorry. More VRAM than he would expect. It's also crashing when it's loading. The audio is not great. He says, honestly, I give this another 5 years of work, but it will definitely get good. And I agree with Jonah. Like, we are in the early, maybe this is the Will Smith eating spaghetti version era of, you know, 3D generated AI worlds, right? Like, this stuff is going to get better and get crazy. Everyone is investing into compute, and, you know, like, just a lot of things are going to be possible with AI. We got a lot to talk about, actually, in this AI section. Whoever's trying to build a 3D game like that is going to be wrecked. Yeah, I think in the early stages, yes. I would point to Avalon. I think Avalon is maybe the leader right now in developing AI generated, you know, UGC worlds and building some of the tools and tech for it. Avalon, you know, full disclosure, I invested like a small amount into the seed round of Avalon. I know a lot of the Wolves did too. But they've got a really interesting team that are building stuff over there. With that said, moving on, kind of just talking about games, AI, this whole section is not positive news. Let's start off with Skate. Skate developer Full Circle has announced layoffs affecting an undisclosed number of staff as it aims to better support the long-term future of its free-to-play title. So a bunch of Skate developers have been let go. You never like to see that, but there's just a lot of layoffs kind of happening across the space right now. We've got a few of them to talk about. In our world, crypto gaming, a bunch of developers and team are leaving Hytopia. So Dan, who is, I don't know, maybe one of the builders, their top tier designer, Dan has been let go. This other person, R, has been let go or is leaving Hytopia. We even had a tweet from, I think, Temptrail or whatever his name is, Temp Tranquil, the co-founder and COO of Hytopia, saying it's like really hard to write these. So a lot of people being let go. Bootop's in the building from Hytopia. Not a good sign little concerning. Hope everything is all right over in the world of Hytopia. We'll have to keep following those developments. But then in other major news kind of related to this, Jack Dorsey, formerly of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, let go of 40% of his staff today at Blocks, which is 4,000 people of the 10,000 people that work there. And they were let go basically through this tweet, which was absolutely crazy. But not because of the reasons that you would think. Their revenue is fine. The company is fine. They've just realized that AI is going to make a lot of their jobs and positions redundant, and they need to get ahead of that. He says, we're not making this decision because we're in trouble. Our business is strong. Gross profit continues to grow. We continue to serve more and more customers, and profitability is improving, but something has changed. We're already seeing that intelligence tools we're creating and using, paired with smaller and flatter teams, are enabling a new way of working, which fundamentally changes what it means to build and run a company, and that's accelerating rapidly. We have this post from Balaji saying this is the first AI cut and that it will send shockwaves. Remember, Jack is one of the greatest founders of all time. He created the platform that we're all on, has been early to, Balaji. Sorry, Balaji. He created the platform that we're all on and has been early to many technological shifts, and Block is doing very well as a business. So for him to cut 40% of headcount in this way is a signal to everyone in tech to get good now. You have to become indispensable. You have to work nights and weekends. You have to learn the AI tools and raise your game, or you might not make the cut as an employee or as a company. He says he knows it sucks, but capitalism is natural selection and the market is unforgiving because you are the market. AI is going to create new winners, and if you're the best in the market, someone may become better with AI. So crazy. Balaji goes on to say, had he not leaned into the AI transition, he might have had to lay off more people slowly and over time as faster competitors went after his market share. Crazy. Let that be warning. The AI, we're seeing it. And I like this quote, like, you need to become indispensable. You need to learn the AI tools. You got to raise your game. Like, you got to make the cut. We talk about that a lot on the show, and we're going to continue talking about it because it's a major, major thing happening. Next up, kind of related, I don't know what's going on over here. Uprising has handed off the Dream Catalyst program. This is their game accelerator over to Somnia Network. When Icy AI training, Jorge in the building. Shout out Solana Gaming, the gaming strategist, my guy. Jorge, we're getting pizza, right? We're getting pizza. I want to go to minimum 2 different spots. I think there's 3 on my list that we got to hit up in San Francisco. But Uprising passes over the Catalyst accelerator to Somnia. So Play Variants, Dark Table, NK Demons, Mullet Cop Game, Onward and Upward. This sounds good, but it also is where there's smoke, there's fire, what. I'm very curious. What's going on behind the scenes here with this. But, we wish the best to Uprising and to Somnia. I think accelerator programs like Dream Catalyst are really cool. So we just want to see games win. That's really it. Speaking of, Jorge, if you stick around, we do have an article on Solana Gaming. I'd love to get your thoughts on that, by the way. I think it's mostly positive, but also trying to figure things out. Shout out to Sailor who wrote that article. I think we're getting to that in just a little bit. Speaking of games winning, man, what is going on with the POW token? Is it legit? The chart is wilding. Shout out to Low Key XP because that teases up our very next topic. Fableborn Season 4 results demonstrated what the power stack enables. In Season 5, their launch partner will build further through. What does that even mean? Their launch partner? Does that mean, are they talking about Fableborn? I love how like Power Protocol talks about Fableborn like they're not one and the same. Like, come on, guys, you're the same. Maybe they want to not be the same eventually, but I mean, I think Power Protocol is the same as Fableborn. But anyways, their launch partner, they're going to continue building deeper systems with more content, longer sessions, stronger retention, the foundation of a stronger player economy. Talking about their player economy, dude, their token, we talked about their token when it was at 50 cents and then $1. Dude, today, look at this. This chart is insane. This chart is like nothing else that we've ever seen. What is this? OpenClaw installs on GitHub? Like what the heck is that chart, dude? What the heck is that chart? This is like our third day in a row talking about the Power token. They are now closing in on a $400 million market cap, nearly a $2 billion FDV. What is going on? Everyone is asking what is going on with Power. And let's take a look at some of the comments. ICO Beast said Fableborn's Power token is about to flip Square Enix in market cap, which is absolutely insane. Loopify says respectfully, what market maker has been manipulating Power for this long and is blatant with it now? I mean, fam, you see this chart? You see this chart? No one really believes that this is organic. No one, everyone is kind of asking questions. And shout out to Loopify. He does say, like, I refrain from these comments because someone who is leading a project, it feels like I'm being salty, but it's obvious that something fishy is happening here and the value is completely fake. Could have passed 2 years ago, but not now in this market. Wait till CT finds this coin. Loop Fox, shout out to Loop Fox, says it's easy to manipulate a coin when it has 841 holders and a market maker owns more than 50%. Inhuman has kind of been calling this out and speaking on this. Ronin Radio, congrats to Ronin Radio. Appreciate them for commenting on it as well. They say everybody loves a price pump. The current power pump is a great feeling for the entire gaming space. However, we cannot ignore that there are some issues. Clap it up. Good for the boys. High price impact when trying to swap on Ronin. And there's a major price difference on perps versus spot. Some holders are unwilling to sell because of this. And they talked about it on their show, Ronin Radio. Travis also broke this down. The trading in Ronin is at 69 cents versus trading the spot and futures is at, nearly $2. There's also a crazy funding rate, and he says that a short squeeze is happening, and he asks, does it unravel once the Ronin bridge is fixed? I think the bridge is like broken. So there's some issues there. A lot of, group chats are talking about market makers, playing games to, chase liquidations like the short squeeze. A lot of people are saying like that this probably isn't good. It's not good. I mean, the game's not even out right now, and this is long term. Some people feel that this is going to hurt Power in the Fableborn ecosystem more than it's helping them. I mean, $2 is just ridiculous. This chart is just insane. When you've got founders like Loopify coming out and making statements like this, I don't think that it's not a good look. It's not a good look. I don't think that anyone really believes that this is normal, natural, healthy, organic. sustainable. Very odd, very, very odd strategy. Like, I don't know what they're doing or why. I do know that I love Cam, I love Maria, I love Tyler from the Fableborn team. We want their game to succeed. We want them to succeed. But if we are playing, games behind the scenes to make that happen, then that's not a good look. Guys, we are running short on time. We got to streamline this. We got to speed run the rest of this news, man. Major news, positive news in the Axie Infinity Ronin ecosystem. Bonded AXS is live. You can now use Bonded AXS to evolve Axies, mint runes, and charms, stake to earn AXS, and more. Remember, Bonded AXS is an ERC20C token with the same utility as AXS. G-Host commented saying that this is the Axie integration of bleeding edge tech from Limit Break that allows for programmable tokens. We got app tokens in the building. I'm very bullish on the idea of app tokens where they are programmable. I actually tweeted out yesterday, or like in the middle of the night, airdrop tokens should actually be app tokens. Like, I think there's a really cool way to airdrop tokens that, you want to reward the community, but you want to have aligned incentives. So maybe like you can't sell your airdrop tokens, at least for like a really long time. You've got like vested airdrop tokens, because it's like the point is not to make money. The point is to be aligned with the project and the ecosystem. And app tokens are a way to design around that. Very cool idea. Very, very cool idea. Congratulations to Axie Infinity Bonded AXS. I'm so keen to see how this plays out, not only on the app token side of things, but also for Bonded AXS, because I've been a part of these changes in token structures before with Ice Poker, and it didn't really work out so well, but that was 3-4 years ago. I think that, this could be different. This time is different, guys. Okay, let's talk about Solana Gaming. Big shout out. Dude, I am a big supporter of Solana Gaming. Big shout out to Jorge and the Gaming Strategist. Solana is the biggest chain in the world, right? After Bitcoin and Ethereum. So for them to embrace gaming and to have gaming on their chain and in their ecosystem, I think is a W, is a major, major win. And they've got some incredible, great games building in the Solana ecosystem, like Star Atlas, like SolForge Fusion. They've got a great history of gaming in Solana. Shout out to Sailor. I don't know who he is. This is the first time that I came across him. He posted this article today saying that Solana Gaming has a problem and it's not the tech. So bullish on the tech. Genuine question. Are there Solana games that are sustainable long-term, rewarding to play? And I think that there's some really good answers there for sure. One of the things that he says is too many games feel crypto first, game second. I mean, welcome to crypto gaming, brother. We are a young industry, so we are trying to figure that out. He says game economies are incredibly hard even outside of crypto. So, he's saying that like for any game on any chain to win, it's incredibly hard, which is a problem that everybody is trying to solve and fix and work on. He says onboarding still breaks immersion. I do think that this is getting better. We do think that this is getting better, but yes, it is a problem. We know this, right? But when you have games like Off the Grid that you can just play on PlayStation, I think that is the correct way to get onboarded. Or a game like SolForge Fusion where you can download it off of Steam and play the game and it's fantastic. And then, the crypto side is like on their website. The audience paradox. This one's interesting. He says Solana Gaming currently tries to serve 3 different audiences at once. Crypto degens looking for yield, gamers looking for fun and fairness, collectors looking for identity and rareness. Again, this is like all of crypto gaming, but you're not wrong. Like, we're trying to figure that out. It says tokens often arrive before product market fit. Yes, that's definitely an issue. Again, all of crypto gaming. I mean, this article, you know, I think he's just speaking about crypto gaming from the standpoint of like being a Solana maxi. But he does talk about where he would like to see Solana gaming go from here. And he provides, you know, some feedback, some ideas. Clearly, he's a big Solana gaming supporter. He shared a bunch of the games winning on Solana. So really, really cool. I don't know this person. I followed him today. He followed me back. I think this is great content and I love to see it and I want to see more of it. I always love to see creators popping up within ecosystems like dedicated to gaming. So this might be like outside of Jorge and the gaming strategist, this might be one of the Solana gaming guys and doing great work. Like I respect this piece, you know. I'm all for it, man. We want Solana Gaming to win. We want Immutable, Avax, Ronin, Abstract. We want games to win. We just need more content that is relevant to today's issues. I agree with that. Yeah, this article might be a little, at least for the people that are in it. You know, we have this crop of like crypto gaming creators that are like kind of coming in, that are new, and they're coming in and they're having a lot of the conversations that us like veterans have been having for like 3-4 years. And I'm like, oh, Berna, you're so cute. You'll learn, you know, but what are they supposed to do? They're new, you know, guys, we got to speed run the rest of this news. Gamified is back. We talked about this yesterday, but there's also a brand new episode of Gamified that dropped today. We get 2 episodes 1 week, which is very cool. Seems like they're going more general gaming. I don't know if they're gonna. I actually got to ask Sam. I don't know if they're gonna be talking as much about crypto gaming. I hope so. I wish. I want them to talk about the topics that we're talking about. But lots of bemoaning boomer gaming. Yeah. Next up, Project O Alpha Collector Set is coming. This is going to be their first edition Pokemon base set equivalent, but it's going to be digital. Origins is not just another TCG. It's crafted for collectors. They are big into the collector aspect, and that's how their NFTs and blueprints are going to tie into that. So very, very cool stuff there. We have to keep speed running these stories, guys. I do apologize. Oh, they've got their AMA coming up on March 3rd. I should flag that. And I think that we're going to have Tim from the team on either the 3rd or the 4th to talk about this. So that should be a good episode. eFrontier is live with their $80,000 hackathon prize pool going until March 31st. You can register now. I guess it starts on March 11th. So signups are live, rather. Signups are live. Very, very exciting. And we got Corpo World hosting their town hall tomorrow at 10 a.m. UTC. They're talking about what's going on in their ecosystem, what's coming up next. I like teams talking about their stuff, man. I can appreciate them putting stuff out there. You know, love him or hate him, agree with him or not, Ross Bacala, was he the founder of Play Animate and in the Corpo ecosystem? Listen, man, they're talking the talk, man. They're talking the talk, but can they walk the walk is always the big question. I'm not too deep in the Corpo ecosystem, but I keep an eye on them. I think that Animate looks cool as a game, but we got to see. We got to wait and see. Can they show and prove? That is the big question. That is always the big question. But I do like that they are putting this stuff out there, man. You know, they don't shy away from the conversation. They lay it all on the line. Let me just send a message to Retro Room because he should be joining coming in 2 minutes. Retrimentum should be joining us any moment. He might already be in the call, but we gotta get through these stories. I guess Corpo World posted it's officially gaming season and you can feel the momentum coming back. Nah, I don't know. Power token already moving. Attention is slowly rotating to real builders again. This is exactly where Corpo stands. We are not just a token with a narrative. We're a studio building real products. The game demo is coming within 2 months. The full release is planned for Q4. The mobile app is in development. The animated series is a long-term vision that expands the IP far beyond gaming. I mean, I can't be mad at like them building, you know? Like, to me, Corpo doesn't really move the needle right now, I'll be honest. I need to see more. I just need to see more. But I like that they're, you know, I like any project that is still like digging their heels in and building with conviction and, you know, like following their North Star and their narrative and their mission. And so I respect Corpo World for that. They could have pivoted. They could have pivoted to InfoFi. They could have pivoted to meme coins. They could have pivoted to AI agents and all this other slop that so many other projects did, but they've never done that. They're like, we're building Play Animate. We're building our games. We're building Corpo. And I respect that, man. You know, I think that type of grit is where you could have a breakout game. Is it going to be anime? Is it going to be Tamitos, whatever this new game is? They were tagging me in this comment. Seems like this like ridiculous. I don't even know what this game is. But cool. Like cool. I don't know what they're building, but they're building, man. And they're real passionate about that. And I respect that passion. Yeah. The power token talk is bearish. I don't think it's bearish right now, but I think the end result of it will end up being like bearish. But we're going to move on, guys. These guys talked about their animated series. Speaking of animated series, we got to show some love to the WAGMI boys. The WAGMI Games. They're showing up to MegaCon Orlando this March, and they say that they're making a statement. They say Knife Wars is the next big sci-fi franchise. Big words, big claim. But, you know, again, like, these guys fall in, you know, Scott and Ian, for me, fall in the a similar category as Corpo. Like, these guys are passionate. Like, they love what they're doing. They've been doing, you know, they've been nonstop convicted and committed to their vision for 4+ years. And, how can you just not love that?
Step out since the earth begun. Raise my fist to show my haters that I'm never going. Just as long as I keep breathing and my blood is flowing.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
Destiny. The time is now to take my chances, so come on and follow me.
Shout out to them. If you're in the Orlando space, you might want to check this one out. Jorge, I don't know, you know, March is a tough month for events, but, you know, shout out to Orlando. All right, real quick. Shout out to AZ Flynn. He's got a sneak peek at his game, which is a work in progress. Agentic RTS is the genre that he is calling it, where you know, agents can connect via an API and make decisions and influence the game in this real-time strategy game. Interesting, kind of cool. What I found notable is Justin Waldron commented on it and reposted it. And, you know, there might be a Play.Fun token around this. And I don't think that is his token, but I think that he said he is going to be launching a token, which is interesting. And maybe he'll do it on Play.Fun. I don't know. Who knows what's going on here, but very, very interesting stuff going on over there in game development and the ability to have a launch pad for your games and tokens. Big shout out to AZ. With that said, guys, let me go behind the scenes. Let me bring on Retrimentum and talk about his updates around Upshot mainnet being here and the Upshot cards and the packs and everything going on over there. So give me about 30 seconds and we will be back.
Flex, now I'm flex. Got cameras whipping that purple. Got mad bitches.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only a matter of time before I'm staring at you from the cover of a Wheaties box.
These are facts.
And what do you plan?
All right, guys, we are back. We are here with Retrimentum from Upshot Cards. Let me just fix the formatting over here, and I got to double check to make sure that we don't have any echo on his side of the stream. Retri, man, how you doing, man? Welcome to Gaming Daily Live. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, thank you for having me, IC. Absolute pleasure to be here and super excited as well.
Yeah, dude. We were just talking off stream. You're a little tired. You've been burning the candle from both sides from both ends, man. Major announcements, man. Upshot Mainnet is here. You've launched on base. The pre-orders for the card packs are out. There's a lot to dive into, man. First of all, just congratulations. I'm sure it has been a lot of work. I'm sure you are tired, but I mean, how are you feeling with everything considered?
One thing about working internationally is working cross time zones. So while it's awesome to have friends from all around the world, while it's awesome to work different time zones, the one thing that I do miss is sleep at regular times. But we just dropped mainnet last night, which means all the prizes, all the stakes on Upshot is finally real. So very excited to observe what's going to happen. Very excited to talk to our user base. Very excited to iterate on our product. And from here, it's about iterating. It's about making relevant changes and listening to our user base.
I love that, man. I love that. Just making sure the audio is fine. Shout out to Llama in the chat. I appreciate you double checking things. Yeah, it happens when I switch to this view because I'm sharing like Twitter on our Google call, but I've muted that channel, so we should be good. And let me just make sure. I think we can boost his audio just a little bit. Cool, man. Well, we had a call like a week or two ago. You were telling me all about Upshot. I've been covering the Upshot news and updates as it's been happening because you got me really excited, man. You got me really excited about what you're building. I think the branding is great. I think the platform is innovative and new. So for anyone just unfamiliar, can you give us the 30-second pitch, how you would explain Upshot and why people should be interested?
Well, cheers, IC. Well, Upshot in its simplest form is about prediction cards for cash prizes. So if you picture a platform where Polymarket and Pokemon came together, you get a platform like us. So every card on Upshot is basically a prediction on the future. And when the prediction comes true, you get a shot at cash prizes. And like any trading card game, we have booster packs covering a wide range of different categories, from sports to finance to politics, etc. And users rip them open, get cards given to them, and from there they make what we call decisions on the different predictions that are in the card. They can choose what to do with them. The card that's hovering in front of you right now is an instant win as well, meaning there are instant cash prizes to be won. But for the most part, the game really is about decision making. It's about having a good time, collecting some predictions as well.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. So there's a few different, I want to talk about base and the mainnet and everything. But before we get there, I mean, we're talking about the cards right now. What kinds of different packs do you have available right now? Are there pre-orders? Are they just digital right now? But I know you're also going to be moving into physicals at some point. What can you tell us about, what's live on the platform right now and how people are should be using the packs or buying the packs and, the experiences that they can expect?
We have we had a pre-order phase whereby quite a number of bundles we put up there. They had a very sweet, juicy discount on them. And we've run out of them so far. What's on the platform right now is regular packs. So we have got sports, we've got culture, as well as news and finance. There's another pack called random as well, which means you get to rip open that pack and get basically any card from any category on Upshot. That one's quite interesting as well for some people. They just love that.
Very cool. So, all right. So what is the price range for the packs? I see the early bundle is sold out. Those were about $17, $16.95. It came with 3 packs. So a pack right now, random pack looks like, hold on, let me pull this up. $5.65. We've got some packs that, okay, so that's, so you can get a pack as low as $5.65. And then there's different bundles that you've got with bonuses and all that type of stuff. Yeah.
And that's right, I see. We want to make this experience very accessible. We want to make it as low barrier to entry as possible for a majority of people.
Mm-hmm.
So a pack is $5.65. And yeah, and we have different bundles as well, depending on if people want to buy in bulk. They can get nice discounts from there. That being said, we are going to drop newer packs for upcoming world events, such as Formula One, such as the Oscars coming up. And when you open those packs, you receive cards literally related to those events or predictions.
Very cool. Very cool. And what are some of the events that you've got featured now? I'm seeing this. You got the Pelosi battles coming up maybe in about a month, 27 days. You've got the sports. Are there any events that are live right now that people can get into, or is it kind of just the base packs?
I think what's exciting for you users was last night while we were going live, Zach XBT posted his investigative findings. So we had cards like that as well.
Amazing.
What excites me is we have cards pertaining to the Razzies. If you know what the Razzies are, they're worst movies, worst actors, worst actress awards. And we think it's fun to allow people to predict not only who's going to be the best actor this year, but who's going to be the worst actor.
Absolutely, man. Let's go back, man. Tell me a little bit more about like the idea behind Upshot. Like, where did this come from? How did you kind of get to this point where you're like, you know what, like prediction markets as like, trading cards and pack openings? Like, how'd you guys get here?
That's such a nice way that you put it. I see Upshot is prediction markets reimagined as trading cards. We arrived at this form factor a while back after a personal pain in onboarding a lot of friends and family to use prediction markets. If I can tell you, during the US presidential elections, every one of my friends, cousins, relatives, etc., they all wanted to use these markets. They all wanted a stake in what the internet was talking about. They wanted a stake in culture and what was happening, but they couldn't use these platforms. Too difficult, very intimidating. I know that degens listening to this might find it easy because we trade charts all the time and we trade tokens back and forth. But for the average person, it is extremely, extremely intimidating. The whole financialization aspect of these markets do put a lot of people off. And we thought, why not introduce predictions in a form factor that is very familiar, it's intuitive, it brings back nostalgia as well for cards. And as IC alluded to earlier, we do plan to have physical cards hit stores later this year. So if we can achieve all of that, I think it'll be a very exciting product, because now I get to expose myself to what everyone is talking about, the conversations of the time. But the second layer here I see is I get to collect predictions. And some of my predictions might have the emergent property of being, collectibles down the track, historical predictions especially.
Yeah, that's interesting, right? Like it becomes a moment in time and a collectible of like, oh, I had this card and I had this prediction and it turned out right or it turned out wrong. Before we get to that part though, like, so I open up a pack, I get some cards, maybe I get an instant win, which is really cool. I love that you guys had that idea, but maybe, to take it to the Zach XBT event, maybe I pulled up a card that had Axiom was going to be the one named in his expose or investigation. Like, what can I then do with that card? Can I trade it? I know there's something with the tournaments and the leaderboards. Can you instantly like cash it in? Like, how does that kind of work once you open up some of these cards and you have something that, you want to do something with?
Yeah, like any trading card game, we do have our own rules and mechanics. And on Upshot, there is a game mode where it takes a very fantasy-like style game mechanic, whereby you can submit a lineup of predictions you think will happen or you think will hit, and you rank against other players and you score at winning yourself some cash prizes. The cool part is that there's many different ways to win on Upshot. Some of our cards give out instant cash. Some of our cards give out wins that way. And the beauty here is at the end of every month, we call it seasons. At the end of every month, every player is ranked up on one another, depending on all of the points that they scored on the platform, and everyone receives a monthly payout.
Yeah, very cool. We're seeing some people on the leaderboard now, $300 estimated in prizes, $200, $50, $60. I think that you guys talked about your season 1 prize pool. Was that was public, right? Maybe
that
not.
Would have been, I think, testnet. We did talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you guys sorry, I lost you a little bit. Go ahead.
No, just wondering what the question was next.
Have you guys revealed a prize pool for season 1 and like what you're doing with that, or is that still to be announced?
Oh yeah. Yeah, what we did reveal to the internet was we did win Base Batches, which was like a incubator type program by Base, and we received some grants from them. And what we're trying to do here is put those grant money back in for our users. So there's going to be various sinks and faucets and bonuses on the platform itself that people can win from. And I'm looking forward to do that. We did dispatch some already into the system. We're start more.
Got it. It's lagging out just a little bit, but I think we're back now. The next thing I want to ask about, man, is Mainnet is live. Mainnet is here. So congratulations on that. What does that mean? You guys are live on Base with Mainnet. Can you tell us about that?
Yes. What it means is every single prize is real and the stakes are real, and that the game will get more exciting from now on.
That's awesome, man. Congratulations. I know that's not easy to get to this point. Do we know how long season 1 is lasting for? Is there a time frame on it?
Yes, so season 1 ends at the end of March. So
That's
at the
right.
end of
You said
March,
it's they're
everyone who
monthly
stacks
time
up
zones.
on
Okay.
that monthly leaderboard. Yeah, yeah.
Awesome, man. And I think you mentioned like going into physical at some point. What can you tell us about this? I know not all the information is public, but the goal with you guys, you are trying to build something really meaningful and unique and different. So with that being, digital cards, you do want to take them physical. So what can you tell us about that at this point in time? And, anything else, you can also defer to say like, well, you're gonna have to stay tuned because we got some things cooking.
Well, definitely stay tuned. We have some things cooking. However, what I would tell everyone is, the ultimate experience that we're trying to deliver on is imagine yourself going to a hockey game or a basketball game, IC, and during halftime, a commercial or message flashes across the screen in the middle of the ring, and they tell you, IC, look under your chair, and you pull up a pack of cards sponsored by your favorite brand. It could be a big brand, it could be a drink company, it could be a sports company, right? And you rip open a pack right there and then, and it's physical, it's tangible. You get predictions about the league, about the game itself, about your favorite players, and maybe you win some sponsored prizes as well from these third-party sponsors. That's the ultimate experience that we're trying to create. And at the end of the day, these are trading cards, which means that the cards themselves are designed for you to share with your friends, for you to designed to be traded with your friends, with other players as well. And, it's about being social. It's about you and your friends coming together and enjoying the moment. And cards are a nice addition to that.
Yeah, so that's really cool. So you view this as a way to, on one hand, at a base layer, you're gamifying prediction markets, gamifying events, gamifying, this concept around speculating on outcomes, essentially, right? And what you just spoke about in terms of like physical, social interactions, you view this as a vehicle for collaboration and promotion and further distribution. Like I can imagine partnering with a lot of different companies and projects to put their predictions or their types of cards in the packs. And so it becomes this additional advertising platform almost, if you will. Is that correct? Or how would you put it?
I think a lot of brands have one big pain point. One is they're all sick of getting engagement by paying Facebook and Google one-time sums of cash or money to get engagement. But I think it's such a positive experience where users can win prizes and additional prizes sponsored by them and cards, that if they're part of prediction cards, they're part of the outcome, they're part of the internet zeitgeist. They get to inject themselves into the conversations of the time and find many different ways of engaging with the end user that way, instead of just chucking blind ads everywhere. Why not engage with a fresh new set of audiences? Why not engage in a different way and be literally part of that internet conversation?
Yeah, I like that. I think something about the card collecting and the pack ripping experience kind of lends itself really well to the cross collaboration and cross pollination of different brands and experiences. And so that's really cool. I wanted to go back, Retri, to the prediction market side. So right now, how are you guys designing your prediction markets, the cards that are going in? I think you're custom kind of making the packs yourselves. Are you I guess like leaning on other prediction market platforms for those markets and kind of repackaging them? How does that work? Are you running your own prediction markets? What does that side of it look like?
Yeah, so Upshot itself is its own software, its own prize pool, and its own product. So we're not actually a wrapper on other markets, believe it or not. Unlike a lot of other products that are out there, we have our own mechanic and prize pool mechanism. The beauty of that is we actually need to come up with all of the cards ourselves. So we launched yesterday with 369 different unique individual cards.
Nice.
51 different events or different predictions, and 3 contests. The cards themselves are made in-house, which means that every card that you see on your screen on Upshot is loved by a human at some point. We lean very heavily into AI, of course, to help make the process scalable, to help reduce labor. But it is a labor of love, and you'll see that going forward with Upshot. For a lot of markets or a lot of predictions, it's simple because they already exist out there, either on other markets or sports platforms. And we can use data from those to determine the odds, to determine the card supply. But a lot of times we have our proprietary AI to be able to help us reason to create events and predictions.
I love it, man. Super fun. Again, I love the gamification aspect to prediction markets. I think it's really, really clever. It's something that like I would want to be a part of, right? You know, I dabbled on Polymarket, you know, in some F1 markets and, you know, some mention markets, and it's fun, but it maybe like wasn't sticky enough for me to kind of keep going back. But I really like the idea of like ripping open a pack and like you really don't know what you're gonna get, and you know, a lot of pack opening is, you know, IP and franchises that you're already familiar with, which like, of course, we all love opening up some Pokemon packs, but if you don't get like a Charizard or, you know, a Holo, it's like, you know, like, and that's a huge hobby. But I guess like for me as a casual kind of person, it doesn't really have much appeal beyond that. But I could see something where with Upshot and like prediction markets, it's like, you know, because it's so topical, right? It's like what's happening in the world today, and getting a card that, you know, could have some upside, and now you're invested in this market that you wouldn't have been in prior. So I think that's really, really compelling and a cool idea. I wanted to ask you generally your outlook on prediction markets, because it's still a new phenomenon, right? And it's still kind of being figured out, and there's a lot of debate on both sides, right? Like, are prediction markets the truest sense of truth? How do we feel about insider trading? What even is insider trading in these markets? And we're kind of seeing, you know, a lot of that being played out like in real time. So I'm just curious, you know, overall how you're looking at prediction markets, the role that, you know, they are playing in society, and really like, you know, the ultimate TAM of and growth of the platform.
Yeah, ultimately, I think of them as really a new financial primitive. You know, a place or a primitive where people can trade information and have it point to the truth as fast as possible in a financial sense. What I think is this tool will definitely engulf a lot of other markets out there and will continue to be a force to be reckoned with in the future. But what I do know, like every tool, there's going to be pros and cons. And I think platforms like predictions allow us or allow insiders to express information in a very different way. I think that a different set of laws will need to be introduced to regulate them. Different set of laws will need to be applied. And one really cool idea that I heard the other day was to change the rule book for insider trading, however, tax someone for using these markets. The closer they are to the truth, they should pay a little bit more tax to it. I thought that was such a brilliant idea, by the way.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Very cool, man. I wanted to ask, so you guys did well with the Coinbase Ventures, or the base, what was it?
The base batches.
The base batches. Thank you. And I know that you've got a lot of big interest from some very big partners, that we won't talk about here, but, certainly we can have you back on when announcements are made. I want to ask, what do you think people are seeing in Upshot that are getting them really excited, where, you're winning base batches and, people want to, come on board and help build Upshot? Like, what is the opportunity that people are identifying?
From the household brand name perspective, we are going to be partnering with a household brand to bring these cards into the physical realm. So it is a traditional card company. It is a old school card company, and that's going to be super exciting. A lot of the press releases and the media has not been done yet, and we're looking forward to doing that. To the DGens, because I know a lot of your audience are DGen gamers who enjoy internet finance and internet gaming. What I would say is this is finally a product that is relatable to about any person, anywhere. What I mean by that, I see, is even though it's a web product wrapped into internet native infrastructure, the cards themselves can be relatable. I can share this with my friends. I can share this with my family. We can make predictions together. And it's a product that gets people using internet native tools without the need to understand different jargons, without the need to fumble around with keys and private keys. Now, from a partner perspective, investor perspective, I think what's really exciting here is we get to define a whole new product category. So we discussed just now that prediction markets as a category or as an industry will continue to grow. And we think that within that growth, there's going to be different emergent forms of prediction play or prediction-like genres that will pop up. And Upshot plans to capture that part of the market where we want to capture the trading card aspect. We want to put out football down, and we want to definitely be that industry leader in this vertical.
I love that, man. I love that. We got a comment from Llama in the chat here saying, this all sounds great. The only problem is the bundles are all sold out. How do we get our hands on some packs? I guess you can buy just individual packs right now, or when can, what do the packs bundles look like for restocks?
Stay tuned to our channels. There are fresh events coming up. There's always something happening in the world. That means that there's always an opportunity that Upshot might drop a surprise bundle anytime. Load up your account so you have funds to shoot as soon as some of these bundles land. And the brilliant part here is you can buy a pack from just $5. We have some in stock and in supply right now that you can enjoy. So yeah, I hope that helps, Llama. And I hope to see you participate. I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to talk to you and see what you're seeing as well.
I love that, man. I love that. It's on Base. Can you buy with fiat as well, or do you need stable coins on Base? How do people get involved?
All right. The easiest pathway is stable coins on Base, though we do have two ways of fiat on-ramping, and they're with our partners, Coinbase. The first one is via Coinbase on-ramp, so you can use credit card or debit card, and the other one allows you to connect your Coinbase account and spend your Coinbase balances. We're going to start there, and quite obviously we're going to branch out from there to have different ways and different modes for people to deposit.
Awesome, man. Where do you see Upshot 6 months from now? What does success look like in 6 months?
In 6 months from now, we are hoping that we'll grow, that we'll have amazing, great prizes for people to win, and that we will hopefully, take on the world by storm. We want to be the next global cultural phenomenon.
I love that, man. I love that. We're rooting for you, man. Like I said, I love the idea. I love the branding. I think what you've built is really unique, man. So what's the best way for people to follow your updates, to get involved? I know you got your Discord. Where are you guys most active? Is it on Twitter? Are there any other community hubs that you guys are building out? Is it on the site and the leaderboard? Is there like, where are people like chatting about strategies and cards and stuff like that? Where can people get involved best?
Right now, the easiest way to get involved is and follow up to updates will be Twitter. We tend to publish a lot of our major announcements there. I tend to build in public all the time as well. So I do post a lot of my thoughts, a lot of my updates, sometimes in a self-deprecating way as well, because we know we're not perfect yet. And there's a lot of different improvements to be made. So you can follow me, you can follow Upshot. And definitely Discord to be part of that conversation and hopefully shape this product as it continues to evolve.
Awesome, man. Dude, we've known each other in this space for a while now. It's always great hosting builders and seeing people ship, consumer apps and products that anybody can use, anybody can understand and get involved with, and just see see what our world is about. More people on chain, the better. I think that, software is eating the world right now. AI is eating the world or whatnot. But I really think that this transition from off chain to on chain is going to be very similar to people who were offline and now everyone came online. So I think consumer apps like Upshot are one of the ways that we bridge that gap and bring people on chain with a unique experience that, they don't care necessarily about being on chain or off chain. They just care about, buying some cool packs, having some, a good time with prediction markets, and then receiving the added benefits of it being on chain and everything that entails, man. So kudos to you. Thank you for giving us your time, man. It was a real pleasure. We'll definitely have you back on as Upshot, continues to grow and scale and take over, man. And is there anything else that you want to share with us on the show? Was there anything that we didn't cover?
I think we covered a majority of it. Maybe if there's more questions, we could address it at a future show at a future time. But Icy, thank you so much for having me. I hope you enjoy your packs yourself as well with your friends and family. Like I said, this is designed to be a product that us crypto degens or internet degens can share and be relatable with regular people out there. So I hope that it brings you joy as much as it does me and some of our users.
Yeah, man. I think we're going to have to get some packs to give away to the stream, to the viewers, man. I told them I was going to try and get you to get some packs on stream. So maybe we can follow up in some DMs, do a little pack giveaway, get some people onboarded.
I see maybe at the end of the show, tell people to perform something publicly as a public stunt. And I look forward to see that. What I mean publicly is don't go running around naked on the streets, but publish things online.
Why was that the first place my mind went to?
I know, right? The internet is corrupted, but post something online. Maybe share your thoughts about Upshot. Share your thoughts about maybe IC, maybe predictions related to the IC.
I like that.
We are going to ship a new feature today, tomorrow, which allows users to send packs to friends and family.
Nice.
What I mean by that is I want to test it out with your audience.
Yeah,
and I'm sure some of our community members will listen to this as well. And let's test it out together. There are packs that we have ready to shoot. So let's make it happen, Icy.
Amazing, Retri. Well, thank you for that. We'll definitely cook something up. Don't go too crazy out there. Ice and Dark, Bootops, Llama. I know you guys are going to take advantage of that, so we can have some fun for sure. Retri, I know you're super busy. I know you're probably exhausted. Congratulations once again on mainnet launch. Thank you for building Upshot, man, and best of luck, and we'll definitely keep talking, man.
Bless you, Icy. Thank you very much for having me.
Bless.
Until later.
Later, brother.
Bye to your stream. Later.
Thank you, bro. All right, guys, that was Retri Mentum from Upshot. Very cool. Very cool. I've been talking to them for a little while behind the scenes. Obviously, you guys know we've been covering them on the show. Mainnet is here. Packs are here. Ice and Dark, Llama. We're going to try and get you guys some packs. I'm so keen to see the prediction markets that are out there, man. And their instant win cards, I think, are really cool. Who doesn't want to open up a pack and like win $50 or win $100? Even one of the cards was like $1,000, which would be absolutely insane. And then I think the way that they've designed their leaderboards and their like contests are really interesting as well. So like you saw me talk about on the show, anything that is like a consumer application to bring people on chain, I think is great, man. $5 pack, get some prediction cards. They're collectibles, they're tradables. You can use them in tournaments. It's all very well thought out and well designed. So clap it up for the boys. Clap it up for the boys. With that said, guys, we're pretty much done with the show. Wait, what was this? What was this? Hold on. Oh, yeah. Our guy, Simon. Big shout out to Simon, Moonrock Capital. They've invested into Upshot cards. I didn't get a chance to ask about this to Retri on stream, but I mean, Simon laying out the vision for Upshot cards and the opportunity for Upshot cards, I think is awesome. So very, very cool to see where this goes. With that said, guys, we want to thank the people that make this show possible. That man right there is Chinsanity. That's that wasn't Gabby. That man right there, Gabby and YGG, are the best gaming guild and game publishers that we have in crypto gaming, and we're honored to be partnered with them at Gaming Daily. With great games like Lowland, GigaChad Bat, Waifu Sweeper. If you guys haven't seen, our boys on Gaming Daily have been posting a ton of gaming content around the games. Big shout out to Eve. I know he's been, I might have to scroll a little bit. I know he's been playing a lot of Waifu Sweeper, been playing GigaChad Bat, been playing some Lowland. Man, the content on Gaming Daily is just amazing right now. There's so much going out there. Big shout out to the team. They've been crushing hard. I swear I saw some gameplay from Eve. Where is it? GigaChad Bat, day 6. My guy is on a mission out here. He's been playing Lowland, been playing GigaChad Bat. Maybe not so good there. Day 5, playing some Lowland. Day 4, playing some Lowland. Big shout out to Eve and the Gaming Daily team over there. We're gaming. Listen, I don't have all the time in the world to game the way that I used to. I still be pulling up in Arc Raiders and some crypto games here and there, but we try to stand on business at Gaming Daily. So we got gamers on the team that are playing these games every single day. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys so much for being here. Ice and Dark, Batops, Llama, Sunshine, Crypto Grit, Jorge from the Gaming Strategist, Low Key, XP in the building, Ghost Cat. Tons of you guys stopped by today, and it always means the world. Mount Doji, the day ones. I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow with the final episode of the week, Friday's installment of Gaming Daily Live. No interview tomorrow, casual show, just me, you, and the news. So until then, guys, stay humble, keep gaming, keep dreaming, and I'll see y'all then. Peace.
These are facts. And what do you plan to do if this whole dream of yours doesn't work
That
out?
doesn't even enter my consciousness.
My life is an opera. Look at the Oscars. Look at the groupies. The movies. Look at the
It's only